Hello, this is Matt from Ace Appliance in Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to another in-home diagnostic video brought to you by ApplianceVideo.com. Alright, well what we have here is a Whirlpool direct drive washer. Pretty much just the standard top load that they had for 15-20 years. What we got is nothing is happening at all. No spin, no drain, no fill, no agitation. Just can't get it to do anything at all. First quick check I did was just a little voltage tester right at the power cord. Shows that we do have voltage. I also checked at the outlet with my meter for 120. We do have 120 volts. So at this point we're gonna take the console, flip it up, and check some of the wiring back here. You've got two Phillips screws, one on each corner. Just sort of pull it forward towards you. Flip it up and over. Okay, well, now that we got this up and apart, this connector here, that's going to be our power coming directly into the washer. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect that and sort of take a look at what we got here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, this is your power cord coming into the unit. We're just going to check, you got your two black wires on the outside, and we're going to check for 120 volts coming through the cord, which we do have 120. So we know the whole cord and power is good coming into the unit. Okay, so what we're going to check, you got your black wire coming out, which is your line voltage, and it goes directly into the timer. You just got to kind of trace it back. So I'm going to go ahead and take my meter lead, sort of shove it right into the back side of the timer here, and check from there to ground, and I should pick up 120 volts, which I'm not getting 120. So that is going to mean that we do have a bad connector here. You can kind of see how it's a little bit black and arced. Actually, when I move that around, there's a little bit of a spark in there. So what we're going to have to do is eliminate the connector here, cut it on both sides, possibly add a little piece of wire, and just basically cut out the bad wiring. Okay, well, what we're going to do here, obviously we're going to unplug the unit, make sure we don't have any power, which I've already unplugged it. We're going to leave as much of the factory wiring intact as we possibly can. So we'll leave the ground and the neutral wire. We're just going to cut out the line voltage there. Cut it on that side. Cut it out here. And we're basically just going to connect these two together, which they're obviously a little bit too short to splice direct, so just got a piece of wire that I'm going to cut out and put in there. Whenever you're splicing together wiring, the rule of thumb is you always want to use at least the same diameter gauge or larger. You never want to go with a smaller diameter wire when you're splicing, or else that's going to generate heat and cause it to burn out. Okay, so just got a piece of wire here. I'm just going to strip this down. And we're going to strip down these two wires. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and just splice in our jumper here. Give it a tug on both sides, make sure the wire nut's bit. A lot of people will twist the wires together before they use the wire nut twisted on, but I find that the wire nut tends to bite better if you don't twist prior. Just kind of let the wire nut twist the wires together. Well, we got that in there, so what we're going to do is test it first here before we go any further. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and flip it up here. And it's filling now. Going through a spin. So that took care of it. We're gonna go ahead and unplug it again and just put a little electrical tape around our connections there, just to make sure that we don't have any bare wires, and put it back together. Okay, so we're just gonna take a little bit of electrical tape here. Again, the unit is unplugged. Just sort of wrap it around our wire nuts. We're just going to go ahead and flip the control panel down. Get the wiring diagram. I'm going to leave that in there for the next guy that has to work on it. And we'll put the 2 screws in on each side and we'll be all set. Alright, well, we've got the unit plugged back in now. Just going to go ahead and fill it up. Set the water level to a small load. That'll be the quickest way to run a test. This was another successful repair on the road with ApplianceVideo.com. Thank you for watching another quality video from ApplianceVideo.com.